Look at our dogs eat. Dog. Okay. December the 31st, 2017. And, there's people out there doing fireworks, and it's a continuation. And before, I'm a little better now. I just, one more time, look at my Lisa, and that's me and my Lisa. And I just wanted to tell you, there's one other thing that I'd like to mention about this whole mess. When we was up there in the hospital, and the nurses, they all said, yeah, wouldn't it be great? Her love would be all over the United States, and when she gives her organs up. And I said, well, how's that going to be good for her? She's going to be dead. And one of her things that she said when she's in that robotic state, she said that in her dream that she said that she wanted to save her organs for her grandbabies, And she even said that boy, she feels real bad about that boy, but the mother of that boy should give her heart to him. And because she had to save her heart for her son. She said, what she said was, I know I'd give my heart to my son. I mean, that's who she was. She was a special girl. She really was. She was mine. She gave me that heart. That heart belonged to me. You had no right to take it. They said, oh, well, we didn't take no organs from her. That organ donor tag is all the proof that you need to say that you didn't help her. The blood on the sheets, that tells me that you didn't care. You didn't care what you know what? The one day I went out there to the truck, and one night I went out to the truck, you say, well, it's all stress, and I'm all, I've been running, well, I hadn't been running, but I did go back and forth there at the end, but the first few days I had no money until the nurse took up $20 for me, and the chaplain gave me 10. And I went home and feed the dogs and give them some water and come back in 5 hours. Y'all quit now. And I said stop it. And they was it made me lose my train of thought. I'm sorry, but there's so much of it. But they were telling me that that I could give me a drink, and they did, and they went and got me some drink, and they opened it and put it in a cup, and ice, and I don't do pills, and I'm not like Lisa. I mean, that's why she could fight that $54,000. If anybody could, my Lisa could. She could take a big chunk of it anyway. I mean, that was one of the high. If there was ever a high, she didn't want to be that high. I promise you. I asked her when we did it, when that. Of course, I'm in that same kind of dream, because I haven't got to the future yet. So, it's just all that we did in the truck was just like blanked out to me until I just all of a sudden I wake up, and like when I seen the pilots, and of course in reality there's pilots there all the time, I imagine, but I seen the pilots and I went thinking to myself, what they doing up in her room, because she heard them talking, as she heard the men talking, and they fly them little chopper thingies, and so I said, what were they doing up there? And that's when it kicked in, parts of her dream. And then I'm living it. I'm living her dream, and I'm scared to do anything that would change that dream, because what she, I don't know if she didn't know, or she lied to me, or whatever, just didn't want to hurt me, or what. But she told me she lived. She said my lawyer saved my life, And she told me to get Debbie, and she told me to do Marilyn Monroe to the sheriff, and she thought he'd come up there with on a white stallion or something and save her life, And his hands are bound, by the same laws as I am, and I understand that, but her fairy tale world, it just. I was scared, but I really believed her. I believed it with all, and she programmed me to not do, hey, when I get excited, she told me to leave out there. I mean, and it's like I did exactly what she said to do, and she didn't live. Her lawyer didn't save her life. And then she said she would call up there and take care of it for me. And I just don't know why. I really don't know why this is all happened. I know God doesn't like ugly. He doesn't. And he allowed her to come back in her dream, and Mike and Lisa, they heard her dream, and she told Tracy that when next time she went to the hospital, she wasn't coming back out again. And these are true facts that you can't deny. And I seen it and I lived it. I did live it, and I lived it. And I went out to my truck, and I drank that soda, and I had gone out to my truck and listened to the radio and was texting. I'm texting her son, and I'm texting everybody, and I'm trying to tell everybody. She said, Gator, please promise me that you'll talk to me. Talk to me, Gator. Please talk to me. I can hear you. Talk to me. And so I'm trying to get everybody I can to talk to her, her friends and all. And so I'm texting her son and telling her son that, what the outcome, what's going on, and this and that, and my truck. I passed out, man. I passed out, and it's something I've worked 35 years, my life. I've worked on third shift, and me and my boss man, Ross Taylor, we tried to be like the billionaires and sleep, at 10 minutes at a time. I could work 4 hours after, you up for so many days, 4 hours at a time. For years and years, I only got 4 hours sleep, and downers is not what I do. And when I got passed out, I mean, I was knocked out, don't remember nothing, and my battery was dead. And Rex and Lisa come up there to do her nails. They wouldn't let her do her nails. They stopped her. I said, well, Lisa's got the most response out of Jenny Jeffords. She got to fluttering of the eyes, and she squeezed my hand. And Lisa got her to jump off the bed. Of course, they said they shocked her, had to give her a shock to her heart. Her heart beat so beautiful at one time in the video that I've got, that I did get a video of it, that I said, what did this to you? Her heart was beating so beautiful. I just don't understand. There was no machine running. There was no machine. And see, her niece, I think it was her niece, that said that she was talking on the phone, and she said, well, she's trying to spit the tube out. That's not dead. One doctor saying she's dead. Well, she's trying to spit the tube out. That's not being dead. That just, all the things add up, and it all says it right there. Is that organ donor tag, that donor tag, that is, I just don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. It's the dogs. Dogs at the dog pound. They got more rights than she had. She lost her life. Her life was taken by that hospital and them doctors and nurses. Her liberty, the freedom to choose me, to choose to live and keep her organs, to choose to not be in that hospital. She didn't want to be in that hospital because Philip died there. She's a widow, and he died in that hospital. And she didn't want to be in that hospital. And she asked me to go and get the sheriff to come up there and just be like Marilyn Monroe and say, Mr. President. And I did. I got on my hands and knees, and did that, and I did that for her. I promised her with all my heart that I would try to help her, and I was just helpless. I watched them. Do you think that would you let your woman or your man just die? Would you just let them do that to your family member? Could you do anything about it? I promise you, the way that they got this thing set up, you cannot do anything. The law, it'll be right there. And she said, promise me, Gator, that you won't get locked up. Well, when you get excited, I do get excited. I'm a very excitable person. I do get excited sometimes. And she said, when you get excited, you go home and get out of here, okay? And then you go home and you come back and you do it again the next time, because I need you. I need you out here, and need you to feed and take care of my dogs, and that's what I did. I left. I had to do this day and watch them do this to her, man. Isn't it? It's terrible. I don't know how. I don't know how to live. It's not fair to me, but she done to me. I don't ever ask your family member to promise me. Promise me to buy me a pair of shoes for Christmas. Okay, I'll try, honey. But not this. Okay, because I couldn't get an ambulance to go up there and get her and take her to another hospital. It just wouldn't do it. I couldn't get the doctor. I called from her bed, and the way who's gonna pay for this? I signed the papers, and I told him, I said, look, that Lisa, the other Lisa, racist Lisa. That's why we got my Lisa and racist Lisa, so we tell them apart. But racist Lisa got $140,000 from an entity that paid her bills, for her. She's been in the hospital, and so I said, everybody's going to get paid. It's not a problem. But $183,985 isn't nothing when you can make $1 million. The Lisa's donor, Lisa's grandbaby law. Lisa's grandbaby law is just this. It's to stop organ donating like we got it now. It's to have, if you have a willing donor, let's just say you do have a willing donor. Okay, well, you know what? Don't be disrespectful and rude and talk about how much you're going to make. Okay? Because these people are alive. You know what? 11,000 people in the state of Georgia, okay? Now, these people are alive. I heard on the news last couple of days, they said, you know what? Spreading your gift of life. There's 22 people that die every day that needs organs, okay? This is a big thing out here. You know what? They took Lisa's organs. They took her freaking life. And you know what? I tried my best to prove it, but she did not want to be an organ donor. She did not want to be an organ donor. And they made her an organ. Her soul is in limbo right now, and I'm trying to help her. I'm trying my best, because this is part of what she wants. If we can save one person, just one person from this, then I've done my job. I've done what I can for her, and I'm going to do everything I can. I promised her that I would try to do everything. I said I would try to get her, I would get an entity to pay for that bill, and I would. And you know what? And they sent her bill for that much to my address, okay, where she lived, all right? They said she's a ward of the state now, and they said you can't, after she's pronounced dead, by 2 doctors, that the hospital can do anything they want to. If there is such a law like this, we need to put them all in jail. Whoever put that bill on the market and signed off on it, they need to go to jail because it's against the law. It really is. It violates the law. It violates our right to life. Okay? It's immorally wrong. I can't understand anything. The only thing that I can think about is population control. What, you need more land? I was thinking about this another thing. We sent 25 Black Hawk helicopters to Egypt. You know that? Obama did it in his second term, second year. He sent it to them to stop the terrorists, okay? To help stop the terrorists, okay? Egypt they got a pretty good bit of money, right? But those helicopters cost $50 million a piece, okay? There's 10,000 refugees come over here just a couple years ago. And you know what? We house them, and I don't, you know what? They hate us, man. They really do. They don't like us. They don't like the way we live, okay? They don't like the way we let our women just be in charge of their own lives and shit. They walk behind them, and then you know what? They kill them. If they get raped, the father and the new son-in-law they'll stone them to death. Cut their heads off. Why? I don't understand why, but they don't like us, okay? But we got 10,000 of them. Every woman that comes over here pregnant and has a baby on this land becomes an American citizen, okay? Now, we feed them and we house them and we give them interpreters, for God's sake. And Lisa had a Social Security card, okay? Her life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness was taken from her, and there's nothing you can say or do that can help me or help her. It's nothing you can do. The only thing that we can do is Lisa's grandbaby law. Let's get it out there. Let's Put it out there on the market, and let's see if we can get it voted on. And let's stop this damn shit from happening again. If your brains are scattered all over the goddamn windshield, and you ask, and you're all right with it, you signed and you say, I'm a donor, okay, then you can goddamn take his freaking organs, okay? But if you say I ain't a freaking donor, ain't nobody got I have a right to do it. The only thing that you can take in death is your freaking body, and when you take that away, you ain't got nothing, okay? She don't have no, she's up there in limbo. She can't go to heaven. She can't go to heaven. She's down here right now, okay? And I'd like to keep her right here with me, but I can't. And I gotta let her soul go, and it's stuck right now because y'all done it. Y'all stole her freaking organs, you know? And you say, oh, well, we didn't take her organs. You had an organ donor and tag on her leg. I got pictures of, just imagine, you know, it says no pictures in there, you know. Well, I snuck a few pictures, you know, and then at the end I didn't care because I was going to get a videotape of her so I could show her freaking doctors. I promised her that she wanted her doctors, that told her not to leave the hospital without oxygen. And he wouldn't be responsible. I wanted him to come up there and pronounce her dead. Okay, because I wanted him to see what I saw. You know, hey, they give her aspirin. You tell me anybody that's dead, do you give a dead person an aspirin, Tylenol? Do you? Well, they did. Was it just for me? Huh? You say I'm crazy. Well, look, if they put $54,000 worth of medicine into a dead woman. Okay? Come on now, her heart's beating. There ain't no machine running her freaking heart. If they'd take that tube out of her, took her off that medicine, she could have got out of it. Once they got her going, and the goddamn, she was alive, and I can't prove it. I can't prove it because they wouldn't let me. If they would have spent as much time as they did dissecting her right in front of me, then she'd be alive right now, and she'd be sitting here, and I wouldn't be screaming at my goddamn telephone. But, you know, I am really sorry. I am so sorry that I've got this way. But this is the only way that I got to stop this. And I need help. Anybody want to send donations? You want to help me? It's Mitchell Aaron Oates Sr., 301 Albert Valley Road, Toccoa, Georgia, 30577. All right? Any donation to help me to get this grandbaby law. I want to stop organ donor. Brain dead is only dead when your organs have stopped completely. You're not dead until you're dead. This is a tool, organ donating tool, that makes you give up your organs, that's all. And you have to be alive. You have to be alive for them to take the organs or they're not any good. Okay? Just remember that. Everybody remember that because they don't care about you. They care about the $1 million that they're going to make off of you. And it's on the legal market. This is that Good Samaritan law. And we're going to stop it. It's got 2 parts to it. It's got a kicker, okay? Because if you are a willing donor, you need to be in, she wants the preachers to monitor the hospitals. And she wants an entity to monitor them. So this can't happen to nobody. Make sure that when you got an organ donor, you make sure that they're okay. You know that they're okay with it, okay? Well, I ain't okay with it. I was her spokesperson, and I told them no. And I don't care what anybody says or whatever happens. It doesn't really matter to me. I know what she told me in her heart. She gave me her heart. She was out there in my truck, and she was like doing a cheerleader, you know, her eyes and then her knees. She touched her knees and her toes. She looked really cute, you know. She got her, gave her, you know, my eyes, you know. She went with both fingers and you know what? That right there. They were hers, okay. You think about this, you know, when a woman gets up there and they can titty dance, you know, and they say, well, you know, that's that woman's body, you know. That was Lace's body. Lace's body and her body parts. Her son or nobody had the right to take them, okay? And it wouldn't have mattered if her son wouldn't have signed off because they were killing her from the beginning. They had that dog tag on her before he signed off. Supposedly he signed off at 10:39 or whatever it was, 10 o'clock on Monday. Well, that tag was there, you know, the first day all the way through. Okay, so they had that on there. They had her as a donor. way before he ever, because he said, I had to do that because I wasn't told, but I had to do that. He said to keep her alive a couple more days, And, they threatened to take, and they did this to me too. They told me she's a ward of the state. Ward of the state. She can't be a ward of the state, man. She's got a bank account, okay? She's got a bank account. I'll show you that right there. There's evidence of her on my bank account. She's joint with me, okay? And she was here when I bought this place, okay? And she lived here with me, and she'd be here right now with me. And she didn't want to go up north without me. Oh, she wanted to go. Don't get me wrong. And she wanted me to have her ashes too. When it was all said and done, she said, well, we talked about that too. We even discussed this part of it. We went all the way through it. She wanted to be cremated. She told us she wanted to be cremated and all. And she wanted exactly about the ashes, that I get to be in charge of her ashes. And you know what? Her pursuit of happiness was to be able to go and see her new grandbaby being born. She wanted that really bad. And you know what? I was trying to sell my place, and I just, to go up there. We was gonna get a motorhome and drive back and forth, because it's too cold up there for me and my old bones. And but she didn't want to go up there and live with her son and all that. Because her son choked her out the last time we left out of there. He was trying to choke her out, man. And I didn't do nothing to him. I was begging him for his life. I was proud of him for taking care of his youngins and stuff like that, And but who in the world is gonna you ain't gonna listen to me. You gonna call me crazy? I said, son, you know what? There's the crazy doctors out there that, they want to bounce sound around, and the neutrons and everything. You know what? If it works, they'll be a genius, Hey, the planet is round. You know what? They said it was flat. Okay, well, guess what? It's not. We know that now. Okay, hey, there's aliens on Mars. He says, oh, you're crazy. He has just not got no intelligence. But guess what? We're on Mars. And if you think I'm crazy, think about sending $2.5 billion into space. $2.5 billion. Bye-bye, $2.5 billion. That's what Curiosity costs. And it's on Mars, and it worked, and it landed, and we are the aliens that are on Mars, okay? So don't act like I'm all stupid and all crazy and all, because I'm not. You just gotta have a little bit more intelligence in this. And they try to play me like I was that dumbass, and I'm not. I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I saw. And you know what? They say, oh, you making her suffer. I'm making her suffer. What did I do? Steal her coffin? You think about what I'm telling you, okay? Think about this. Hey, the doctor said I was unethical. Unethical because I wanted to get a brain doctor in there to look at a brain dead patient. Now you tell me that it's ethical if you take her organs, though, right? If that's what you're saying, well, that's what they're criminals, they're thieves, and she was right. I'm a witness. Honest to God, I swear on the Bible, I swear on the Holy Bible, right here, right there, the Holy Bible, I swear on the Holy Bible that I'm telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. They're stealing people's organs and taking it away from people that they don't want to be organ donors, and that puts their soul in limbo, okay? That you can't, you're stuck now. It's just like somebody coming in there into a damn store and robbing that store and shooting everybody in there. Because that's just what they did. And you know what? They get away with it every day. And now it's just like, I have never seen anything like this in my whole life. I have never seen it. I've never seen nothing like it. It is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's like I woke up and I was in somewhere else, because this ain't America. Lisa's life, I believe in my Constitution, even though I've had some lawmen that's lied on me and done some pretty dirty things. You can't, but what they done to me still ain't as dirty as what that hospital and them staff people done to my Lisa. My Lisa loved this life, and she said, "Thank you, Jesus, for our military. Thank you, Jesus, for Gator. Thank you, Jesus, for my family." You know, she would say, thank you, Jesus, for that hospital and them hospital staff, if they was good people, man. But you know what she said? She said they're demonettes. She said those demons, you tell them demonettes that every time they pick up their grandbaby, you think about me, okay? That's what you do. You think about my Lisa every time you do that, okay? And all the money in the world ain't gonna bring my baby back. I know if I had a little bit of money that I could buy Lisa's ashes, because that's what I have to do, because her son, her son, I guarantee you her son will sell me her ashes. I can't get them any other way. I can't, her fairy tale world where I go and live in the garage and all that, that's just not going to happen. You know, I haven't heard from them. I've done like I've said, I've been mailing Kaylee. She wants all her stuff to go to Kaylee. 23 years of her stuff to go to Kaylee, and I've been mailing it a little bit. I thought about it, I get some money, I take it up there and give it to them, and I take her ashes, and I take her to Mardi Gras, and she wants to go to some of the states that have for history, you know, and part of our history. We went the last time we went up there, and we went to West Virginia, and I stood on the mound where people died, and me and her, and she, and then when we had that eclipse, and man, this is the most amazingest thing I ever seen. And then I wanted to put her diary in the paper. That's what she's got it marked. She's got it marked there for me to put her diary in the paper, parts of it, you know, what she talked about how much she loves Stevens County and all. And they wouldn't publish her story, but I have to pay for it. I need a little bit of money for that too, you know. But it's more important that we get the message out there that this is not any good. That to have and anybody to endure what I've endured, it's just wrong. And they took the love of my life. They took my life. I died that day out there. I died, I swear. I died when she died. And I just want you to feel, my pain. I'm not evil. I'm usually not such a bad person, you know. I've got a lot of hate in my heart right now. And there ain't nothing gonna change that. Lisa gave me compassion. She taught me love. She taught me everything there was that I thought I already knew, and I didn't know nothing. And now it's gone, and now it's just me and you. And the only thing that me and you can ever do together is me pull that switch on you, okay? When I see you fry and your eyes pop out of your head, then maybe it'll be a good day for me, and my heart can go back to it. Okay. Well, her dogs are barking out, so God bless, and you know, may everybody. Hey, you know what? What's gonna happen? Lisa's the one that gives you all Jesus and all that, and I hope that everybody gets. I hope they don't make you an organ donor.